Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will introduce the lubricating oil separator system and the residual system. The lubricating oil separator system and the fuel oil separator system. In operation on piping arrangement, the two are pretty much the same. Also, three external oil pipelines. The inlet line is a bottom line. Through a heater, steam heating line provides heated steam to maintain the oil temperature before entering the machine and improve separation effect. Here the automatic settling is 90 degrees Celsius. Through this feed line, lubricating oil enter into the oil separator. This is the bypass return line. This is the throttle line to ensure the inlet oil pressure of the separator. This is a clean lubricating oil outlet line after separation and purification. Except for three external oil lines. There are also a control air line and a fresh water line. The control air line is used to control the start and stop of each relevant pneumatic valves, and then control the oil, water pipelines on/off. Freshwater lines supply fresh water for the oil separator. Oil separator control panel. The control mode of this oil supply pump can be selected here. If selected in oil separator mode, by clicking the shining start button, we can start this oil supply pump. If it's in menu mode, we need to manually click the start button. Click the stop button to stop the oil supply pump. This is the option of using the oil pump as a barge pump. For power supply, air supply, water supply, oil supply, steam heating supply, when all the conditions are met, follow the previous steps we introduced to start the separator. We can start the oil separator smoothly. To send the lubricating oil separation and purification. Above is a brief introduction of the lubricating oil separator. Next, we will introduce the residue system of lubricating oil. The main effect is also for each oil-using equipment or oil tank to carry out lubricating oil release and waste oil collection. The main collection tanks have a scavenging residue tank, a waste oil collection tank, and a sludge tank. Now let's take a look at the specific equipment for waste oil collection. First, take a look at the main engine suction. There are mainly the residue of piston rod stuff box, leakage of hydraulic cylinder unit, discharge residue of connecting oil tank, and stern tube oil tank and oil pump leakage and waste oil collection. These all be transported to the waste oil collection tank through the drain line. The parts of scavenging box and the discharge of intake exhaust manifold are into the residue oil tank of the scavenging box. There are two waste oil collection manifold pipes. The waste oil is transported to the waste oil collection tank through the collection pipes. This is the generator part. It mainly includes the oil pan of the auxiliary oil sump, and the oil flow meter of the main engine cylinder, and the oil pan of the main engine cylinder. These are the residual cylinder oil and waste oil collection. Number 1 and number 2 cylinder oil tank and low alkali value cylinder oil tank. Because this simulator is a use of electrical injection main engine, it includes servo oil unit and a number of solenoid valves. Therefore, the servo oil pump unit and solenoid valves also have a special leakage collection. There is also a collection of waste oil from 5 oil tanks. There are turbine oil storage tanks, and settling tanks for main engine and generator. There are also related sump, cooler, oil supply pump, filter, solenoid valve box, and so on. all return to the waste oil collection tank through the collection pipe. This is the main engine crankcase and generator overflow tank. This part is mainly about waste oil collection of oil separators. One generator oil separator and two main engine oil separators and their respective heaters, lubricating oil back to the sludge tank directly. There's also an oil mist tank on the left to collect the oil mist condensate from related equipment. There are many scavenging gas boxes for the residue tank, settling tanks for main engine and generator, generator overflow tank, main engine sump, etc. After the precipitation is collected in oil mist tank, the waste oil is retransported to the waste oil collection tank through the collection manifold. The lubricating oil in the three oil tanks can be transported to the incinerator through the oil residue pump for incineration, or keep it for recycling on shore. Above is a brief introduction of the lubricating oil drain system.